Good evening, everybody. Hi, nice to see you. Welcome. I'm Adriana Barros, a trauma release healing specialist and therapist of the Table of Accelerated Prosperity. Tonight, I'm doing a group healing session to... Good evening. Thanks for joining me. I'm doing a group healing session to clear beliefs. Clear all limiting beliefs that you might be carrying towards having money, spending money, earning money, saving money, sharing money, investing money, anything money. If you do not have money today, it's because you have a ton of beliefs that you need to get rid of. Nobody that has beliefs have zero money. It's impossible to not have money and not have beliefs. So you have to have really detached from the root cause. What's the root cause of your beliefs around money? Everything you've lived in your childhood, everything that you've experienced, you've seen, you saw your parents do or not do, their behaviors towards money, or how upset they would become towards money, earning money, always complaining, trying to stretch money throughout the month so they could have anything or provide for you and your siblings. Whatever the case, if you had addictions in the family, if you had gambling happening, if you had toxic substances in the family, if you had consumption of toxic substances, all those could have influenced how money came or not came into the family. So because tomorrow is a 12/12 portal, which is a very powerful manifestation portal, but not only manifesting, it's about completion. So when we get to 12/12, it's the end of a cycle. So it also marks the end of the year. So this 12th month of the year, we are completing the cycle of the 12-month period. We are then completing and manifesting. So you cannot manifest what you have completed. You have to complete the cleaning of the beliefs, the clearing of the beliefs from your field, from your memories, from your life completely. So whatever it is that you've learned in the past, because we do learn everything so well from those who raised us, and for the first 7 years of age, everything is pretty much absorbed. So everything traumatic that you would have lived throughout your life, which would have been throughout the decades of life that you would have or you will have, you usually learn and experience in the 7 first years of life, which is a lot for a child. So all the traumatic experiences that you would have to, in a normal scenario, deal with throughout your lifetime, everything is bombarded onto you. Everything comes down onto you in the first 7 years. So the heaviest things possible, including the money problems, including the money experiences, including the money traumas, because those are money traumas, right? If you saw your family struggling, if you lived lack, if you lived scarcity, that's trauma, right? And what do we do with trauma? Trauma gets stored in your physical body. Trauma gets stored in your connective tissues, in your subconscious mind. And trauma related to money can affect your physical health yet as well. So whatever it is that you're dealing with, and not only affecting your physical, but it will affect what you do with your own life in the present. How you conduct yourself professionally, how ambitious or non-ambitious, how timid you are towards money, how aggressive you are towards going after what you want. If you have that power, that inner strength that comes from your solar plexus chakra that propels you to go forwards, to go after what you want. So if you are the type of person that hesitates, if you are the type of person that struggles having that inner power, and if you always shielding yourself behind someone, if you're not a go-getter kind of person, that has also to do with those traumas, has also to do with what your solar plexus has not absorbed. So your solar plexus is a chakra that gives you the power to do everything in life, go and get what you want. So if that chakra is compromised, you're going to have difficulties, as well as manifestation. If you do not manifest easily, it means that your root chakra is compromised. The root chakra is the chakra that really enroots you into the earth, that gives you all the basis in order for you to build your solid foundation. If you do not have a solid foundation, it's because your root chakra is compromised as well. So by using one of the tools that I use to clear trauma, to release trauma, because I am a trauma release and healing specialist, so I use different tools depending on what the person is going through to release the trauma regarding money, regarding everything else that could be in your field. It all depends if there is certain influences in your storyline. If there is, let's say, a spiritual influence as well, because there were toxicity, there were chemical dependency in your family, then there is another a radionic table that I can use to clear that, which is the angel healing table. So it all depends on what you need, right? Tonight, in order for us to start the new year fresh, there's no point of you doing all your resolutions, financially speaking, and trying to get everything that you want if you don't clear. So with the table of accelerated prosperity, you clear and you can manifest as well, but it is crucial that you clear as much as you can, because we can have a ton of beliefs and we don't know how many. You can try and write them down if things that hit you somehow. You can brainstorm and they will come, but there's always something that you're not even aware. It could be also from the collective. It could be from your family. It could be from your ancestors. It could be from other generations, from other lifetimes. So it could be very deep story. It's not only what you see on the surface. That could be much more happening that is keeping you stuck and not abundant, right? So I'm going to show you the table of accelerated prosperity that I work with, which I'm using tonight. This is the tool. So it is gold because that's the color of money, and we work on all fields. So we're going to clear emotions from the heart. We're going to clear beliefs, limiting beliefs, mental beliefs from your brain. We're going to clear spiritual obstacles that could be keeping you stuck to the past, under spiritual influences that is in the spiritual level, and also anything that could be storing as memory, as physical memory on your physical body that could be affecting you to this day. It could be something genetically speaking, it could be something in your cells, it could be something in your DNA, because like I said, the body stores memories, right? Any traumatic memory is stored also in the physical body as well as in the subconscious mind. So we are also activating the power of bringing this good energy in, but today the focus is to clear the negative, not manifesting, right? And I use crystals. I use citrine, which is a crystal for abundance and prosperity, for manifestation. So that's the one that I use on doing the sessions. I also, because this is a radionic table. What is a radionic table? Radionic table is a tool that we use as a means to clear the obstacles, clear what's stopping you from achieving what you want on all levels. It could be manifestation of material things that you want to bring in. It could be also health. It could be also relationships. So this manifests anything. But because money is usually something very current in everybody's life, so I usually use this table more for abundance and prosperity and to clear beliefs and so on and so forth, more than anything else. But this can also work on any other realms, any other things that you want to work with. In order for you to use this, so the principle of a radionic table is that you clear the obstacles, you strengthen the energy fields around you, you strengthen your energy centers, your chakras, and activate them in a way so they can be working in your favor, because they have to be aligned, they have to be strengthened so they can start manifesting for you and giving you the power to go after what you want. And also clear whatever is stopping you and activating universal laws. We have universal laws here that can be activated in order to work for you. Okay? How do we do this? By using a pendulum. I use a clear crystal pendulum, which is a pendulum that will, by the energy field, in this case of the collective, because I'm doing a group session, it's gonna tend to show me what it is that I have to work for you guys. So it's gonna measure your vibrational frequency in the beginning of the session. It's gonna measure your vibrational frequency at the end of the session. So if you have never received a radionic table session, of course that your vibrational frequency is gonna be very low, and that's normal. But once we clear and activate what we have to with the commands that I use divine commands that are connected to the source to clear negative energies that could be stopping you from manifesting. When I say negative energies, could be spiritual energies in your field that could have the power over stopping you from going after what you want. And we don't want that. We want to make sure that everything is aligned, everything is in an energy flow, working for you. And I will be using the commands, right? The divine commands, in order to clear those negative energies and to manifest, bring into fruition what you want, which is the clearing of the beliefs. So if you are not already, I would ask for you to be in a room by yourself or without disturbance, without any TV or music or whatnot. Just be relaxed. Just if you want to lie down, fine. If you want to sit down, fine. But try and not have any disturbance of any sort, so we can start the session. Okay? Now, this, just before if this is the clearing session, okay? I don't know how many beliefs you guys have. I don't know if this is going to clear all your beliefs or not. Most likely not, because this is an ongoing process. If you want to carry on clearing and your personalized clearing specialized for you, I am doing a group, an individual session for the Table of Accelerated Prosperity for the new year. So if you want to clear things in your field that are keeping you stuck, on all the obstacles that are going to open the doors for you to manifest what you want into 2026, then I have a promo going on for this whole year session that's going to be for the 12 months ahead in order for you to manifest individually. So check out my website, transformtherapiesab.com, or send me a message on TikTok if you'd like to book your session before the year starts, so we can start on a positive note and clearing all these obstacles that are keeping you going nowhere, basically. Already? Okay, so I'm going to say the commands. There's a list of commands that I do as I go. I use them accordingly, and you don't need to repeat them, but if it is the activation ones at the end, I'll tell you if you want to repeat with me and you just follow along, okay? Or if you want to just receive, that's fine. You don't have to say it. I say it for everybody else. All right. All right, I'm just going to start. Here we go. I ask in this moment to have the presence of the angels that are going to help me with the session of accelerated prosperity, of the table for accelerated prosperity, in order to manifest the clearing of all the beliefs, to clear all the obstacles that are keeping this collective stuck. I also extend the blessings of this session towards myself and towards all the practitioners of the table. I also ask for blessings of all the crystals and the pendulum, as well as the table, so we can have a blessed session. All right. I am the connection with the divine presence of light, Adriana. I am the connection with the divine presence of light. Say your name. All right. Now, I'm going to see what the vibrational frequency of you guys is at this very moment. So I said it could probably be low, so don't get alarmed if it is. It's just perfectly normal. What is the vibrational frequency for the collective at this point? You're at 20, which is not bad. And this session is like specifically to clear beliefs around money, okay? So, all right. So what do we have to clear from the mental level of the collective? Let me see. The pendulum is going to indicate, and I'll let you know what it is. So mental locks. So mental locks is when you lock thoughts in your head regarding money that you don't want anybody to know about. So it could be something that could be blocking you somehow, right? If you keep those thoughts locked inside of yourself, that's not a healthy thing. And it could be running those thoughts in your head as well in a loop, which can be keeping you stuck. So that's not good. Give me a second. It's as if you were hiding that thought from someone. Let's say I'm gonna save money, put money in my savings account, and I don't want anybody in my family to know, so to speak. So something in those lines, okay? All right, so we're gonna clear this as soon as we're gonna do. Okay, here it is. Mental locks. We're gonna do another one. We're gonna clear two from the two beliefs from the mental level. What is the second belief we need to release from the mental level of the collective? Vicious thoughts, which is exactly the same thing. It's one complementing the other. So one, you're thinking that thought, but you don't want anybody to know about it, if you're keeping it as a secret. The other one is the one that you are constantly thinking about. An example, if you need to pay your bills at the end of the month and you're short of money and you keep thinking, will I have enough? Will I have enough? Will I have more? Will I have more clients? Will I have more money? Would I have more hours at work? Whatever, right? So you keep doing, or you get your calculator and you keep doing and redoing the same math over and over again to see if everything is going to match at the end. So that's the type of thinking I'm talking about. So we're going to clear these two, all right? And the commands, I'm going to say them, and if you want to repeat after me, fine, or just receive. Creator of all there is, I ask to be canceled, transmuted, and transformed the mental locks and the vicious thoughts of the collective. Cancel now, transmute now, transform now. It is done, it is done, it is done. So this is when the hand placement comes. I put the hand over my head because we're doing with the mental activity, with the thoughts and the beliefs, and I say, Kodosh, 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 Adonai Tsabaoth, Kodosh, 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 Adonai Tsabaoth, Kodosh, 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 Adonai Tsabaoth. Yod Hey Vav Hey, Yod Hey Vav Hey, Yod Hey Vav Hey. So these are the 2 commands to activate the divine presence and to clear the negative energies that could be keeping you stuck, okay? Now we're going to work with the mental level. I'm going to also clear 2 settings of emotions. So on the mental on the emotional level, this table clears almost 100 emotions that could be keeping you stuck. Okay, so what do we have to clear emotion wise from the collective in order for them to manifest? They have to clear beliefs in order to manifest. So which beliefs, which emotions are keeping them stuck? Procrastination, mourning, emptiness, and misery. So as you can see, all these emotions are around sadness. So procrastination, when you're procrastinating, you're stuck. You're stuck in the past. You're stuck because of something that you lived, caused you trauma, and keeps you in that loop. And also the mourning, something that has died and you're still stuck to it. It could be a person, it could be a belief, it could be a vision, it could be a relationship, it could be a dynamic within the family, it could be anything. And also misery, keeping you in misery because you feeling and you're living the lack of something. So we're going to clear those. And what is the next setting? The next set of emotions? What is the next group of emotions we need to clear from this collective that is keeping them stuck? It's still spinning here, so it might take a second. Okay, so this one is forgiveness, failure, and sabotage. So forgiveness, this forgiveness could be towards somebody who has caused you the trauma. Most likely one of your parents or both, or the person who raised you, or could be somebody else in the family. What am I reading? Okay, were you here in the beginning of the session? Because if you were not, then you have to watch the recording, okay? I'm not going to go back and explain what I'm doing. Now, the next one, failure. Why are you talking about failure? Because you probably experienced or had a vision, you lived your parents failing somehow. So either because they didn't make enough money, or because they had difficulty moving forward in life financially. So you've experienced failure. So that's your foundation of failure. Somehow one of your parents or one of the people who raised you failed somehow, okay? And sabotage. So this is more self-sabotaging. How are you sabotaging yourself? What are you doing in order to prevent yourself from moving forward, prevent yourself from attracting what you want, right? It's probably because you have a non-deserving feeling inside of you that that doesn't let you accept things. Maybe because it was linked to religion, because your parents were religious, because maybe you had that belief in the family that you should not have more than somebody in the family, somebody in the community, or it's against God would not accept you if you had a lot of money. Whatever belief, it's about sabotaging so you do not have enough or more than enough. This is connected to non-deserving, okay? Non-deservingness. All right. So we're going to clear these 2 settings of emotions. Creator of all there is, I ask to be canceled, transmuted, and transformed from the emotional level. Procrastination, mourning, vicious, and misery. And I also clear forgiveness, failure, and sabotage from the emotional level. For the collective, cancel now, transmute now, transform now. It is done, it is done, it is done. Now I place my hand on my heart because I'm clearing the emotions with the commands that I told you in the before that I used, which are the divine commands. Kodosh, 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 Adonai Tsabaoth, Kodosh, 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 Adonai Tsabaoth, Kodosh, 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 Adonai Tsabaoth. Yud He Vav He, Yud He Vav He, Yud He Vav He. Perfect. Now we're moving on to the physical level of the body. So the body stores memories. The body stores anything that you've lived and stored in your subconscious mind. Your physical body will suffer as well. And this can affect you on your cellular and on a cellular level. It can affect you on your DNA. If you've lived something for way too long, this changes the programming of your DNA. So whatever, you came into this world already programmed, because when you were in your mom's womb, you picked up everything that was going on in her environment. So it's already a programming from even before you came out, before you were born, okay? So it is a very deep connection. And this is not because it's your parents' connection that needs to be carried on forever. It's not because you picked them up from your parents that is a positive thing that you picked up from them. If it's something that's not serving you, even though you picked up from your parents, it needs to be detached from you. You need to let go of it so you can move forward on a better note in your life and you start manifesting and attracting. Okay, good things. So what's in your physical body that needs to be cleared? That's what I said. DNA reprogramming. That's what we need to clear. It's one of them. We're doing two tools on the physical body. What do we need to clear from the physical level? One more time. Toxic communication. This toxic communication could be the communication that your parents had with you related to money. How they approached you, how things were talked about. If they were talked in a violent way, if they were stressed about money, if they were always fighting about money, if they were arguing constantly, if there was that very tense emotion and environment in your house growing up. So that's a toxic environment. And you absorb that. And then, of course, you grew up hating money, right? Because that's what they talked about. Every time they talked about money at home, it was in a very tense and negative and violent and nervous way. And so you grew up hating it because it takes you back to all that turmoil and chaos that you lived at home. All right? So let's clear this. Creator of all there is, I ask to be canceled, transmuted, and transformed from the physical level, the toxic communication and the DNA reprogramming of the physical body, of the collective, in order for them to clear the beliefs related to money. Cancel now, transmute now, transform now. It is done, it is done, it is done. So for the physical body, we place the hands forwards and we say the commands. Kodosh, 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 Adonai Tsabaoth. Kodosh, 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 Adonai Tsabaoth. Kodosh, 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 Adonai Tsabaoth. Yud He Vav He, Yud He Vav He, Yud He Vav He. Now what's missing? Spiritual. What's in your spiritual body that we need to clear that is affecting your money? What are the beliefs that you have regarding your ancestors and so on? What do we need to clear from the spiritual body for the collective? Non-developed beings. What are these beings? Those are entities, spiritual entities that they are from other dimensions, but they are still influencing you because of your beliefs, because of your emotions towards money. We attract spiritual beings alike to what we are. So if you are in a certain way, the ones who will resonate with your energy are the ones that also vibrate on the same frequency that you do. And this is for friendships, this is for relationships, this is for everything. But in the spiritual realm, it's the same thing. It's not them that attract us, but we attract them. People think it's just a little bit distorted there. They think that spiritual obsession, is on the level that they attract us. They are surrounding us all the time, and it's not it. They can go anywhere in the cosmos, wherever they want, in any galaxy. But if they're low vibrational frequency spirits, because they still very much attached to matter, they are not going to leave the planet. They're going to be around here because the energy on this planet is very dense. So if they're still very attached to material things, they're going to be around. And that includes emotions, negative emotions and behaviors. So whatever behaviors that you have, whatever emotions that you put out, those are going to resonate with what they are. It's like meeting somebody new and integrating that person as a friend into your life. It's the same thing, except that in this case, you most likely won't see them. Fewer people do, and you might not even feel them because you're too much connected to the lower vibrational frequencies. In order for you to have perception towards these beings, you have to be more elevated. So detach from these energies, okay? Because they are influencing your beliefs as well. So another one, let's clear a second one. What do we have to clear from the spiritual level, from the collective, in order for them to clear the beliefs around money? Energetic drainage. So energetic drainage is really having these beings sucking your energy in a very, like, a more explicit way. It's to actually have them around, and if it's an entity, we understand we're talking about it, but could also be a person, right? A person could be also draining your energy. Somebody that you feel that is a very heavy energy around you. Everybody can feel that. Somebody negative, somebody that you don't like that is around you. Could be somebody you work with that you have to tolerate. It could be, I don't know, somebody in the family. It could be just anybody. So we're gonna clear, and those energies from those individuals, those energies are affecting you related to money for some reason, okay? Okay, let's clear those. Creator of all there is, I ask to be canceled, transmuted, and transformed. The energetic drainage and the underdeveloped beings from the spiritual level of the collective, which is influencing their beliefs around money. Cancel now, clear now, transform now. It is done, it is done, it is done. So for the spiritual level, we are going with the hands backwards and saying the same commands. Kodosh, 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 Adonai Tsabaoth. Kodosh, 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 Adonai Tsabaoth. Kodosh, 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 Adonai Tsabaoth. Yud He Vav He, Yud He Vav He, Yud He Vav He. All right. So we're done with the tools on all levels of the body, okay? We cleared any obstacles and beliefs that you had on those 4 levels. Now, what's left to do is to activate one universal law to work in your favor for you to manifest what you want. or to get you closer to what you want to manifest. So what is the universal law that needs to be activated for the collective? Law of receiving. So the law of receiving is having you on the same vibrational frequency of what you want to receive, of what you want to attract, because everything has a frequency. Money has a very high vibrational frequency. If you vibrate low, there's something you can look up on the internet. It's called the Hertz scale. The Hawkins scale, I'm sorry. The Hawkins scale, I'll see if I have a picture here. Here. It's a graphic like this, okay? So the Hawkins scale has a bunch of emotions listed here, from the lowest to the highest. These emotions, they will measure how you feel vibrational wise. So if your vibrational level is low, it's because you're vibrating fear, anger, anxiety, what else here? Desperation, sadness, apathy, whatever low energy. In order for you to manifest, you have to be vibrating at 650 hertz, which is the vibrational frequency of joy and happiness. So I always say that in order for you to manifest, the easiest way to get you all the way to the top is to be happy, is to be joyful, is to listen to music, and to play around, is to laugh. That is the easiest way, okay? So how do you do that? Change your frequency. How do you do that? Watch something funny, watch a funny movie, listen to positive music, stop listening to those rap music that talk about, stealing, robbing, killing, raping. You're not going to manifest anything if you're listening to that. Why? Because that goes into your subconscious mind. Everything you see, everything you listen to, you might think that, oh, okay, I'm listening to it, it's on the radio, I'm driving and it's there, but your subconscious mind doesn't forget. Okay, so that will interfere on how low you're vibrating. And that's why it's very important to pick wisely. Whatever you want to watch, whatever you want to see, the places you want to be in, right? If you go to enjoy yourself, clubs, places where they sell alcohol, all these things will interfere with your vibrational frequency, because the energy in those places is very negative, and the entities that are in those places are the ones connected to substance abuse, to alcohol consumption, to drug consumption. So don't expect to leave a place like that and be a millionaire the next day, because it's not happening. Okay, just saying. It's your choice to go whatever you want, but I'm letting you know that that's how it goes, because it's here. It's quantum physics. I'm not saying it's not religious. I'm not, an old soul. I'm not old. I'm not telling you to enjoy yourself. I've done all that, but I had a different mentality. Now my mentality is different. So, and then of course, I'm not 20 anymore. I don't enjoy those environments anymore. So with that being said, let's go back to activating this law for you guys. Here you go. I activate the law of receiving in order to remove the beliefs around having, manifesting, and attracting money into the collective's reality. All right. What's left? What's left to do? So we've activated a law. I think now we're just going to measure your vibrational frequency one more time. Who remembers the vibrational frequency at the beginning? Do you remember what number you guys were at? Anybody who were here in the beginning that is still here now? Because if you only watched 5 minutes of the session and left, or if you just jumped in, it's not going to work. You have to watch the whole thing or you're not going to clear. This is not a live where you just browse through and you're like, okay, I don't like the content. If you want to be immersed in what I'm doing, you have to watch the whole session or it doesn't work. All right, so you were at 20. So what is the vibrational frequency of the collective now after we've done the tools? And that's great. You guys that are 100, from 20 to 100, that's amazing. All right, that's great, but we're gonna close the session. Here it is. All right, what's the last command? Creator of all there is, I asked that all chakras, bodies and dimensions of the collective to be totally aligned to the consciousness, to be totally aligned to the divine consciousness. I also thank you, all the crystals, the pendulum, the high energies, the angels for being present tonight in the session, for clearing the energy, the negative energy of the collective and bringing them balance. So it is under the light. That's it. End of session. Now, this was only a taste for you guys to know what's going on. There's only so many beliefs we can clear at once because everybody's upbringing is different. Everybody's money experience is different. So it's impossible to clear all the beliefs of everybody in one session. Like I was saying before, if you want to clear your beliefs and manifest at the same time for 2026, I have a promo right now for the session. If you'd like to book it, and my usually rate is higher than what it is right now. So check my website, send me a message. My link is transformtherapiesab.com. And if you go on any video of mine on TikTok, the link of my page is there. So you can inquire about the session. If you want to do individual session, if you want to do in couples, if you want to do for your family, in group, it doesn't matter. But so you guys can start the new year on a high note and leave the past literally leave your past in 2025. This year is like the 12, right? The portal 1212. It's an ending, a cycle ending portal. And is this year, the end of 2025 is also an end of a cycle. So it is important to leave all this energy behind, all the memories, all the sadness, all the grief, everything that's not serving you anymore in order for you to manifest into the new year. Because it's pointless to come up with all those resolutions if you're still stuck to what's keeping you stuck. So release the negativity, release the burden. If it's money, abundance, if you want to sell a property, if you want to buy a property, if you have that on the market forever and it does not sell, there's some spiritual energy there related to money or to living that needs to go, or you won't sell it. The table, this table, the other table that I do, the angel healing also clears that. So in order for you to bring that money in, because if you have some court justice, just things that are stuck in the justice system, in the court system that is not working in your favor, then you need to change that energy. So one of the tables can work in your favor too. If there's money involved, this is the table. Or if it's abundance that you want, abundance of health, whatever else, or relationship, this could also work. It all depends on your root cause, okay? I have to test with the pendulum and see which one is the one that you need to receive, because I don't know until I speak to you. All right, so book it before the end of the year. I still have a few spots left, not many, but give me a shout. Let's see what's going on in your life and leave the burdens in 2025. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you missed most of the session or watched only half of it, whatever the case, go back afterwards on my TikTok or Instagram or YouTube and watch the whole session. Okay, I'm gonna upload on each platform between today and tomorrow. Transform therapies for all the platforms. All right, and I'll see you guys next time, most likely in the new year. Happy, healthy, prosperous, abundant new 2026 to all of you, with a lot of good manifestation. Stay blessed. Bye. I'll see you next time.